Welcome back to Winning Isn't Easy. I'm going to talk about the disability claims for depression. I'm going to give you an overview. So the question becomes, what happens if you have a claim for disability benefits as a result of depression? Now, disability carriers and plans don't make it easy for those who have depression to get the benefits they deserve. And many times the disability carrier or plan is going to say that there isn't an objective basis of the diagnosis. The doctor is just repeating and parroting your complaints, and there isn't an explanation in the medical records as to how the doctor got to the diagnosis. Then the disability carrier might say, look, the restrictions and limitations assigned by the doctor are really subjective in nature. There isn't any objective basis. The doctor's relying on your subjective complaints. And by the way, we think that you can do more than your subjective complaints allow. Or the disability carrier may say, look, your depression may have been severe, but you're getting treatment and this medication is working, and we don't care that your doctor doesn't think you can go back to work. And so we just don't think your depression is severe enough to make you eligible for your benefits. Another game that they may play is they'll get a copy of your personnel records, and they'll be looking for conflict that you might have with supervisors or coworkers. And what they'll say is that this isn't a disability insurance claim, this is an employment claim, because you're a disgruntled employee, you're having all of these issues, and now that you're not working with your employer anymore, you shouldn't be having these particular problems. So you need to understand that there are lots of games that disability carriers may play in the context of a claim for depression, and that information in your medical records, the information that's in your personnel file, can make or break your claim. So before you stop work, I suggest that you get a copy of your disability policy or plan, read it cover to cover. What's the definition of disability? What's the definition of occupation? Is there a mental nervous limitation? Is it just a vague mental nervous limitation, or is it one that's got specific listed conditions? Does your disability psychological diagnosis fall within one of those listed conditions? Do we have a 2-year caused or contributed issue? Do we have an argument that might be made that you are getting better, that you could go back to work? Is there going to be an argument that this is all an employment issue? Because you got to anticipate what the disability carrier is going to do when you apply. And if there's that mental nervous limitation, the fact that at about 16 months, maybe 18 months in, they're going to be looking for a reason to deny this claim based on the mental nervous condition limitation. If you have any of these types of issues, you really should be consulting with an experienced ERISA disability attorney now, not later, because it's really hard to change or amend, correct medical records, particularly from a psychological standpoint. I hope you have enjoyed this week's episode. If you have any questions, give us a call at 727-894-3188. But if you have enjoyed this episode, I really would appreciate it if you would subscribe to this podcast. That way you're going to get notification, and also leave us a like, okay? Talk to you next week.